Good evening and welcome to the third round of the Racing Paradise Truck Series Championship here at Richmond Raceway. We are under the lights this evening, which should put on a good spectacle for all the drivers and for everyone that's watching this evening or in the morning, wherever you are watching around the world. I'm Tom Kenton, the contrary position. Alongside me is Jim Cunningham, who will share his insights on everything we are about to be seeing this evening. In terms of what happened last week at Pocono, well, Josh Lambert made it 2 wins out of 2, and providing he competes in enough races this season, he will qualify for the playoffs later at the end of the campaign once the regular season has reached its conclusion. Brandon Carroll was second, followed by Dalton Steele in third place. In terms of the championship, we'll just run through the top 5 because it is a long list. Josh Lambert is on 85 points in the lead, 15 clear over Brandon Carroll in second. It's Tim Johns in third place on 63 points, tied with Kane Logston, who is also on 63, 22 points off the top. Brandon Hough is in 5th place on 62 points, 23 points off the top. Now, this Richmond Raceway circuit, first opened in 1946, has not undergone too many changes. It is probably one of the smallest ovals of in the States and all over the world. 0.759 miles or 1.221 kilometers if you prefer, and we are seeing some very fast times, like in the 21-second mark. So if we don't get any cautions, which is very unlikely, we could end up having a race being done around about like 40 minutes or something like that. But given that we had 12 cautions in the first round of the season 2 weeks ago, and we had 7 cautions last week in Pocono, we could be in for a lot of cautions because there are a lot of drivers in the lobby at the moment, 35 drivers in total, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of battling throughout the field. Let's bring Jim in, who's been waiting patiently to share his thoughts on how this evening could play out. Jim, welcome you.
Well, good to be here, Tom. Actually, I wasn't as waiting as patiently as you probably thought. I was back here scrambling in the background trying to get some stuff working right. But, I think this is Richmond is a great track. I'm sure this is probably going to be a new one for you. This is, it's a short track. It's not as short as some. This is one of the shorter tracks that NASCAR races on. Specifically, but it's there are shorter ones that that typically run like a half mile or even slightly a little less than that. But what's good about Richmond is, if you'll notice, the turns here are banked pretty heavily. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but it's pretty good banking, and even the back straightaway is banked at like 8 degrees or something. So it's this track is fast, and it's worn out, and it eats up tires like crazy, and it gets slick, and the guys go all over the place, and it's a hot mess. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. I think it's going to be an interesting evening. I think there's going to be some cautions for sure. This is not the kind of place that you get away and run a caution-free race unless you got some really, really, really experienced guys.
A rundown on the regular season for this series. We've been to Michigan in the first round, went to Pocono last week. Tonight we're over at Richmond. Round 4 will take the championship to Kansas, and then it's to the oval configuration of Daytona on August the 18th, and on August the 25th it's to Darlington, which will be a 90-lap race there. Then at the beginning of September, we go to Texas and to Iowa on September the 8th. Then it's to Nashville Super Speedway on September the 15th for the penultimate round. And the 10th and final round of the regular season will be in Kentucky on September the 22nd. Now, the top 12 drivers, or each race winner, providing they've done enough races, will advance into the playoffs, which will take place in Las Vegas on September the 29th, and then the top 6, the final 6, will advance to Chicagoland on October the 6th. So that should be a cracker end to all the championship. And something that's been introduced, I say introduced, it's been brought in at this stage in the season, is the Trucks in-season tournament. Now, where some drivers have submitted their donations, which is good. All competing in this, and how it works is, I think there's 19 in total that have entered this particular tournament. Now, the top 16 after tonight's race at Richmond, those who have taken part, will advance into the top 16 at the next round in Kansas next week. And that's where the head-to-head bracket begins, which means whoever finishes ahead of who that they are up against, they will advance into the quarterfinals at Daytona. And then the head-to-head continues, and it'll be the last 4 in Darlington, and it's the last 2 in Texas for the face-off there. So we've actually got more than one thing to focus on, Jim, which is good. And I suppose if we can keep an eye out on who will end up in the top 16. When I say top 16, it doesn't mean the whole top 16 of this result, because there are some drivers that haven't quite submitted their entries for this tournament. We'll just have to work out who is qualified where. But either way, we should be in for a lot of action. Yeah,
so basically they were taking up donations, and they put this tournament on because of that. I'm not sure. I believe that the donations are going to the Wounded Warrior Project, if I'm not mistaken. I apologize. I was given most of this information this week, and it's just been kind of a crazy week, and I haven't had the chance to educate myself like I should have. But everybody that donated, there was 19 of them, goes into this round, and then the top 16 of those 19 will start the tournament next week. So, and then they'll whittle down just typical, like NCAA, excuse me, tournament bracket style, and like number 1 will go up against number 16, and so on. 2 against 15, and whoever finishes higher in the race out of each one of those battles moves on, and it whittles down to the final 2. And so that's just something that's going on inside of your regular championship standings and stuff like that. And I believe it was strictly put on to to raise money. So it looks like we've finished up qualifying here finally, and let's see if we can get us a starting grid up there.
2 poles out of 3 this season so far for Josh Lambert. He is at the head of the field over William Ridgway. In second place, it's Brendan Cowell, who was on pole last week at Pocono, qualifying 3rd here tonight. There's Rick Modric in 4th on the second row. Then it's the John Fowler in 5th place, ahead of Jeff Verderman in 6th. There's Matt Morrison and Brendan Hossinger on row 4, followed by Dave Peterson and Jeff Dillon rounding out the top 10. Will Weaver and Joseph Phelps are on row number 6. And it's Robert Chappell and Zach Tucker on row 7. John Walker and Rudy Haag are on row 8, and it's Casey Cotterman and Tim Johns on the 9th row. Aaron Blackburn and John Gardner are on row 10, and it's Dalton Steele and Charlie Stutzman on the 11th row. Andrew Tenney and Brandon Huff on row 12, and it's John Gardner and Chris Rendell on the 13th row of the grid, followed by Juan Velez and David Castelli on row 14. Michael Siegler and Ryan Walker round out the top 30. Then it's Chris Chadwick and Trent Richard on the 16th row, followed by Jacob Nagel and Chris Melton in 33rd and 34th. At the back, we've got Tom Ridgway and Randy Correa, which is the biggest grid in terms of numbers so far this season. It was 34 in round 1 in Michigan, 35 in Pocono, 36 here in Richmond.
Well, Richmond's a popular track, especially for guys who like short track racing. It's a different kind of racing. It's going to be a lot more bumping and kind of nudging each other out of the way. We're going to see a lot more of that type stuff. It's not going to be near as contact free, if you know what I mean. We're going to be a few little bumps and bruises along the way tonight, I think.
And John Ross is coming in saying, let's go Fowler in that 54 trot. That'll be John Fowler, who has qualified rather well, actually. 5th place on the starting grid for the man riding the Chevrolet. And someone else is coming in saying, let's go Big Sale Backdoor Racing and JP Motorsport. Let us know who those drivers are, just so there's more clarity for both me and Jim. And yeah, don't be afraid to get involved in the live chat if you ever so wish to do so. And don't forget to like and subscribe to MotorMouth Broadcasting, and you keep up to date with all the action that is being streamed on the channel. Well, they are on their pace lap, Jim. Last thoughts before this race gets underway.
Well, one thing that caught me real quick off guard was I saw that Jacob Nagel was starting in 32nd position, and he's been fast all year so far. I'm assuming he probably didn't get to put in a qualifying time, maybe. But yeah, that's way back for him. He's going to have a lot of work ahead of him.
120 laps lie ahead of the drivers. The pace car is in, and we are ready to go. It's green flag here in Richmond, and Josh Lambert has got to a really good start. He's very good with his starts, or green flag starts, is Josh, and he's made the most of it so far ahead of William Ridgway. There's Brendan Cowell in third place. John Fowler's got ahead of Rick Modric coming out of the first couple of turns, and through turns 3 and 4. It may look like one turn, but it is called turns 3 and 4 according to the organisers. And we have our first caution after lap 1, Jim, and we'll find out who has caused that particular one. We could well get a number of those this evening. It looks like Sat Tucker has gone down the order.
There's several of them. It looks like, you know me, it's always going to start off at quarter speed. So you got Dalton Steele here, I believe, was involved. Oh,
he had a kick of oversteer.
Wow.
He had a tank slapper. The number 56 of Dalton Steele.
Wow.
Don't know who he oversteered into there. Didn't quite see.
Maybe Randy Coyer, or because I think Chris Melton, I think, is the one that kind of came in and bumped him at the end. Let me see.
Dalton Steele he started towards the back of the field. We'll have a look to see.
So did Coyer, but so this is that's Coyer. So the Coyer's the one that ran into him. So maybe Melton.
Looking at the wrong car. It's further up ahead.
Yeah, this is going to be somebody else that look back here got into a wreck. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't say actually who he hit, so I guess we're just going to have to maybe try to figure it out here.
It looks like the 43. No, it's not the 43.
100.
The one behind him.
Is that
the 100?
Is that 100? Looks like it, huh?
Is it a 3-digit one?
Yeah, it is 3 digits.
It might be Charlie Stutzman, 180.
Huh. Let's see. Well, let me go back live real quick just to see where we're at here.
Well, there are drivers who have pitted on this. Now, those who are pitting for like 5 seconds are only taking fuel, whereas others maybe taking new tyres. But it'd be very silly to take new tyres at this point.
No, nobody's going to. They're just topping off their tanks, and probably the ones that have been in there a little bit longer are working on maybe a little damage that they got in that incident right there. Stutzman, by the way, is still in the pits, so my guess is he's working on damage. So yeah, so he probably was the one involved.
Given we've got 120 laps of action, we could well see a lot of cautions. This is the first one. 12 cautions in Michigan, 7 in Pocono. And we've got our first one just as the first lap was completed.
I'm going to be honest with you. With 36 cars on the track and it being Richmond, I'm going to venture that we're going to be in for quite a few cautions tonight. Nothing against anybody, the drivers in here. You just put 36 vehicles on Richmond and it just produces cautions. It's a tough track. It's brutal, man. I struggle at Richmond pretty bad. I can't lie to you. It's a tough track. It eats up your tires and your truck slides around, and it's a mess.
It's Josh Lambert who leads then. The lights on the pace car have gone out, which means it'll come into the pits at the end of this lap. So, because we've been a shorter circuit, it'll do more laps under these cautions compared to what we saw in the opening couple of rounds.
Yes.
Well, the pace car's gone back in, and Josh Lambert will dictate the pace, and will decide to go when he sees fit. And he's got the jump on William Ridgway And Brandon Cow, well, he's going to have to find a way through at some point. Matt Morrison is doing to 4th place ahead of John Fowler as well. As we begin that 7th scrape of the barrier there. I think that might have been John Fowler who has kissed the barrier on the exit of turn 2. And then we see the 92 with Brendan Hossinger going side by side with what? Oh, we've got another caution.
Yeah, so, they're going to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say he was going side by side. I think that was Jeff Werderman who was tossing it out with him. This is the number 55 here. Oh, he's gone up by himself.
Man, I mean, I get it. Believe me, I may sound shocked, but believe me, nothing surprises me at this track. I think it probably just got loose on him and took off.
Yeah, it's Trent Richard who.
Yep, there it goes.
Has gone up by himself. I think we're going to see a number of those tank stoppers this evening because of how the circuit inclines compared to some of the other tracks. Because of how narrow it is, the incline is quicker than it is on some other circuits.
Oh yeah, it'll throw you. Cause that backstretch is banked. It might be one of the most banked back straightaways in all of NASCAR. It's about, I want to say it's maybe 8 degrees or 12 degrees or something. It's pretty banked. Let me see if I can pull up some facts real quick on Richmond.
Well, Richmond Raceway, formerly known as Richmond International Raceway, and it was also known as Richmond Fairgrounds Raceway. But it currently hosts rounds in the NASCAR Cup Series, the Cookout 400, and it has also previously hosted the Toyota Owners 400.
Yeah, it's been around. This track's been around a long time, since the early days of NASCAR, like the 50s, I think.
It used to also host the IndyCar Series for its Indy Richmond 300 event.
Yeah, and you and I happened. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. That's Martinsville. Never mind. I was fixing to crack a joke on a mutual friend we have, but it's Martinsville, not here.
Well, one driver's pitted twice in this race already. Sat Tucker. He pitted for repairs during the first caution. And he's pitting in for fuel during the second caution.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Ending lap 10. We are under safety car conditions. This is the second caution.
I mean, these guys at the back are going to pit every time and just keep their fuel topped off in hopes that, if the race goes green a little bit, they can get some track position out of it because they can stay out. I have to say, I like that throwback Winston livery there. That's an old school NASCAR sponsor, the Winston Cup. That goes back many years.
We've had a lot of nostalgic sponsors being used, and the safety car is in at the end of this lap, which means we are good to go racing again. And let's see if we can actually go a little bit further than the previous 2 starts here, because
I'll tell you what, let's give them a crank it up real quick while we got a chance.
Josh Lambert continuing on. He's got winning Raceway on his tail. These are very quick laps around here. We're looking at around about 21-22 second mark, depending on where you are in the field, of course. Over the line they come. That is probably the second complete lap we've had in this race so far. No one. Oh, I thought I saw someone kiss the barrier there further back. Didn't quite see who that was.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of that.
Through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of that tonight.
Ridgeway going through on Lambert. It seems Lambert leaves the door open. Ridgeway on the inside coming out of turn 2. And he's still there, and he's going to have the high ground into 3 and 4. Lambert is going to be reluctant to yield this time around unless he can get good drive out of 4. And he's maintaining the outside line, which is kind of like the optimal line you want to have around a lot of ovals. But yeah, Ridgeway is still on the inside of Lambert.
That's actually surprising he's staying out there. His tires are still good. That line won't work in a few laps around here, I don't believe. that's
Yeah,
that
go side by side.
eat
Ridgeway
your tires
and Lambert.
up out there.
There's another lap completed. We're now on lap 16. And Ridgeway on the inside. He's got his nose in front on Lambert, but Lambert has the advantage on the exit.
Yeah, I mean that's great. I mean he's doing fantastic there. I'm really surprised he's able to hold him off like that. That's his truck's strong right there. That's scary to think he's got a truck that strong because old Josh Lambert's a heck of a driver anyway. As we're well aware, he's already won both races so far this year, I believe, hasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he's fast.
Lambert is in the Toyota, whereas Ridgeway's in the Ford. Heading down the pit straight again. It looks like the field's behaving themselves this time. We have got a driver or two down a lap already.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Stutzman is down a lap. I think Trent Richards has gone no further in this one. When he hit the barrier so hard, Trent Richards, a lot of smoke came out of the back, and it was going to be a lengthy repair job for his crew. And to the point where it was just not worth him continuing. But Charlie Stutzman is down a lap, but he can make the moves of the lucky dog. Should there be another caution, he can get back into it. Dalton Steele dropped down the order for a little bit, but I think it was just a transponder thing. But going back to saying about Stutzman, if there is another caution, he can get back on the lead lap.
Oh, yeah. He's got plenty of time to work. There'll be plenty of cautions for him to work his way back up. Just keep working on that truck, and there'll be plenty of cautions for him tonight. I mean, if we don't go double digits on cautions, I'll be shocked. I really will.
We've been under green flag conditions for a number of laps now, which is good to see.
We'll take it.
We'll take it, yeah. Ridgeway on the tail of Lambert still at the moment.
Ooh.
Keeping him honest, making sure he doesn't go too far in front.
Did you see Ridgeway step out there? Man, his back his back end kicked out there pretty good. He had to probably lift a little bit there. He's hanging on to it.
He's hanging on to it all right. And watch him as he comes out of turn 2 again. And he's managing it all right there. He's going
to take another
he's
look.
doing some dummies here on Lambert here. He's taking the inside line. I'm just making Lambert aware that he's almost trying to not freak him out, but almost trying to frighten him a little bit.
Yeah, he's hoping to make him slide up the track a little bit, and he's going to dive it down under him again.
Caution number 3, Jim.
I was wondering why he dove off like that. Well, let's see what happened there.
We're going to find who
no, this is after the fact.
That.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, my goodness me. What on earth was that?
I'm going to have to go back and see.
That was the number 63.
Caught me by surprise. So, yeah, he just comes off the wall and dumps the 33.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon Huff was the one that caused that. And the man he collided was Tom Ridgeway.
Yeah, Ridgeway.
That was a very bizarre incident. That looked avoidable to me. Well,
I got to believe that something happened to his truck because he went straight into pit road, too. Something had to happen there, like he lost a connection or he lost his monitor or something. Because, something happened there. I don't think that was just bad driving. There had to be something else involved in that, and especially with the fact that he came straight into pit road like that. So we got a few guys pitting now. Basically, the top 20 or so stayed out, and everybody else is pitting.
Well, I can't really blame them too much, considering how much fuel they've already burnt off by this point. That's another thing I'm going to ask you then, Jim, about tyres and fuel. What's going to be the optimal strategy around this place?
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough to say here. Tires are an issue. You're going to want to change tires a few times. You're not going to pull any miracle with your tires, I don't think, here. Excuse me. Still recovering from that COVID. Fuel-wise, though, I don't know how many laps these cars can go here. They might could do this on on 2 fuel stops. Let's see. Let me go look at her. Is there anything in our broadcaster notes about that? Did he? No, he didn't give us any information about that. No, I was looking.
Whilst you find that information, Josh Lambert is leading. It's William Ridgway in second place, and it's Brandon Cowell in third. Drivers who are pitting in during the caution there. You are looking at the likes of Really Hard. John Gardner came in as well. Jacob Nagel, Jacob Nagel as well. John Gardner Senior, I should say. Looks like we've got 2 John Gardners in the field. I assume the one in the 53 is John Gardner Jr. John Gardner Senior is in the 43.
Oh, I didn't even realize that myself. 2 Gardners out there. Charlie Stutzman get his lap back now, huh? Right. Yeah, he did, huh? He sure did. Stutzman got his lap back. Here we go.
Pace car is in. And we'll be ending lap 27. 93 to go. And it's green flag again at Richmond. And it's Lambert who leads the way. And it's Ridgway and Cowell next behind. Matt Morrison to the outside of Cowell. The 2 Chevrolets nose to tail. As we see further down the field there, we are looking at the 82 in the field. That is Casey Cotterman, who's running in 16th place. Has got Zach Tucker right behind, or Zach Tucker to his right-hand side.
I just kind of really
going to go
put the camera back, not on anybody specific, just because this is where this big old thick pack was. And I was going to put it back here and see if there was any action happening. Which there was
a nudge there on Cotterman. I think that might have been Rudy Haag that ran into the back of him. It might have been David Castelli. We'll see soon enough, but we carry on as we are. I can say it is Rudy. I think it's most likely going to be Rudy Haag.
Yeah, it was.
Rudy Haag is right behind. It might. No, I think actually it was David Castelli. David Castelli makes contact with Cotterman again, and Rudy Haag in the brown livery, 23 to the right hand side has got the 48 of Jacob Nagel, who we've not really spoken too much about in the field so far, or in this one.
He's working his way up. He started 32nd, so he's climbing up the field.
He is. He's made a fuel stop as well in that last caution, did Jacob Nagel. So he's making the most of this strategy so far.
It's hard to work. It's hard to do that here, man. Climb your way back up through these fields. It's constant battle. You're working hard all night. There's no rest time at a track like this.
Out of the last turn, William Ridgway behind. Josh Lambert for the lead. Is Lambert going to hold on throughout this one? He's led every single lap of this Richmond round. Through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like Ridgway is on the inside coming out of that. But it feels to me like Lambert has this one under control behind the top 2. We've got Brandon Cowell, Matt Morrison and John Fowler, who have been pretty much where they have been for the majority of this. And it's Rick Modric in 6th place, Jeff Dillon and Jeff Berderman in 7th and 8th. Tim Johns and Brendan Hussinger are in 9th and 10th. Now, Tim Johns, who we've not really spoken too much about, I think, over the course of the season so far. He finished 6th in race 1 in Michigan. Race 2 in Pocono, he finished in 7th.
Yeah, he's at,
right now.
Well,
he is in this race.
I can't talk about him too much. He's got that Alabama paint job on there. I can't say too much good things about an Alabama guy. I'm an LSU man. That probably means nothing to you.
Well, it is our rivalry thing.
It is, yeah. Alabama and LSU are huge rivals. And LSU hates Alabama. That's it's college, so it's everything, but mainly football is where the big rivalry's at. But yeah, they're just big rivals. They're in the same conference, and they've been battling each other for 100+ years.
I could go on about rivals in our country, but
Yes.
we'll save that for the next caution or something. Tim Johns is in 9th place so far, and this he started 18th at the beginning.
But he has had some good runs this season. I will give him that. It's hard to say that about an Alabama guy, but if he ever gets in the top 3, I'm gonna have some fun with him in the booth. But no, he has had some really good runs. He's having a good one tonight so far. Oh, he popped back up here. Oh, I thought they were looked like it was happening. So hard to tell when they run a 1/10 of a second apart the whole time.
The Lambert is leading the way, and then it's William Ridgway. In terms of the in-season tournament, in terms of how well each of us are doing, well, we know Josh Lambert is involved in this, and he's going well so far. I don't see William Ridgwell involved in it, as far as I know, unless someone can fill me in on that. But it feels to me like we've got.
He gave us a list, didn't he, of the 19 guys?
Yeah, there was a list, but the usernames aren't very recognisable compared to the real names we've got on here. So that might trip me up further down the line. So we'll just have to go via what we see, and you can see the leads are coming up to one of the back markers now, which may cause a little bit of an issue, but I don't think there are blue flags in this series, are they?
Oh no.
Jim?
No, they don't. They can't. They can't make you get out of the way. But in this type of racing, if you don't get out of the way and you're a back marker, they'll give you a little bit of time, and then they'll just push you out of the way. Oh, here goes Ridgway. He's going to try to take advantage of that back marker. He's hoping that back marker goes high and is going to block Lambert. Typically, the back markers will go high to get out of the way, but he's not. He's staying low. Let's see. So Lambert's going to have to. Oh man, look at this! He tried to go low to stay out of the way, and man, what a good driving job that was by Ridgway.
It was, wasn't it? Just. I'm looking to see which back marker that was. I think that might have been. Was that
Christopher Chadwick? I think. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Chadwick. I believe it was.
Yeah, I think Chris Chadwick's number on his car is different to what it is on the timing pages.
Oh, that's possible.
Which is rather deceiving.
Yeah. Man, I thought Ridgway was going to crash there when he dove down like that, and at the same time that back marker did the same thing. But yeah, it was Chadwick for sure.
Lambert continuing on then, stretching out that lead over Ridgway, sorry, and Cow. I don't know why I said Ridgwell then. I was thinking of a former Premier League footballer, but it's Ridgway to cover it for you. Brendan Cowell's in 3rd place.
I'm going to jump back here. Look at old Zach Tucker. We've talked about him this season. He apparently changed that pink scheme. He doesn't have that same. Oh, we got a caution here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Juan Velez, I believe, was involved in this one. I think that's Juan in the red truck there, I believe. Oh.
It's the 88.
Yeah, he was involved, all right.
Yeah, no major damage done, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Well, till he did that. That probably didn't help it any. I believe that was Chris Randall that got him.
It is Chris Randall.
Yeah.
In the 20.
Okay, all right. So, all right. After looking at that a second time, I'm almost going to call that a racing incident because Juan came down because there was a slower car in front of him, and they just kind of washed into each other there a little bit, I think. At first I thought it was Chris Randall's fault completely, but you see that car's up there, and Juan tries to come down to avoid him, and then they kind of get sucked together with the dirty air, So call that a racing incident, I think.
Well, the majority of the field came in during that caution. They're leaving the pits now, and interestingly, Josh Lambert is still in the lead, but Brandon Cowell has got up into 2nd place, Matt Morrison 3rd, and William Ridgway down to 4th position. It feels to me like they've taken new tyres during this caution.
Well,
now, just because when I say new tyres, I don't mean all 4 of them. just the onside tyres, if that's the correct term to use. Jim.
Well, you would call them the right side tires. Would be the proper term there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see here. Let's go back. I'm going to see if I can find the leaders pitting there. Who was our leader? Josh Lambert. Let's see if I can find that real quick.
Well, Ridgway has gone down the order. What's happened to William Ridgway? Because he was running in 4th position and he's gone down the timing page.
He was running in 2nd.
He's now 20th.
I don't know. It shows.
He's 23rd now. Yeah, he's dropping down the order.
Let's see something here. I don't know what happened.
Does he run into?
I'm gonna see what happens here with Ridgway real quick. I mean, with Lambert real quick. I want to see if he takes tires.
Right at the end of the pit lane, both of them.
Well, the reason for that is because of where you qualify. Your pit spots are given out by qualification positions. So yeah, they both took 4 tires there. I don't know what happened with Ridgway. He must have had to come back through the pits. He must have had some kind of penalty or something. And he must have had to pass through the pits. Here, I'm going to go back to live real quick, just so we can, yeah, okay.
Are we underway again?
Yeah, that's why.
Again here. And Lambert is leading over Cowell and Morrison. John Fowler in 4th place, and it's Jeff Dillon, Jeff Verneman, Rick Modric and Robert Chappell running out the top 8. And now it's going to come down to whether anyone can outsmart Lambert in the strategy phase. He has looked unbeatable since the season had begun. Tim Johns has gone down the order, and he is probably the reason why we've got our 5th caution.
Well, I saw somebody go into the pits. Ryan Walker, you said?
No, Tim Johns, I said.
No, it looks like it was Ryan Walker that brought the I think Tim Johns well, we'll see. I don't want to speculate.
Well, Ryan Walker's spun.
Yes, but you know what's funny is if you watch what's the Alabama guy's name? Do you remember?
Tim Johns.
No, that's okay. So he was down on the bottom of the track. Watch this. I'm going to go back here, and then I'm going to pause it real quick. And then I'm going to go find Tim Johns real quick. Where is he at on the scoring? You see him on the scoring thing real quick? Just by giving me a position.
He's down in 30th place. He's in
30th.
the pits. It's Tim Johns.
Okay.
31st now.
Now watch what happens here. Something happens because he's down on the apron of the track. Watch.
Oh, he does spin.
Okay.
He spins before.
Yeah. But it didn't
Ryan
show
Walker.
him as crashing. But it did show Ryan Walker crashing. But so Tim Johns did. I saw him out of the corner of my eye, is the reason I noticed that.
Well,
right.
Since the pace car lights are on, I'll let you take the opportunity to run down on sponsors, Jim, if you don't mind, please.
Okay.
You got one.
Do I have a commercial here? I believe I might. Let me see. Do I? Well, hold on. I don't even know if I do. That tells you how bad off I am. I do, apparently. Yes, I do. There we go. That's right. I forgot about our Twitch, or is it Twitch? Or yeah, he's a Twitch guy.
Twitch. Yeah.
What is it? I am terrible with names, man. Is he racing tonight?
Which driver is this one?
You're supposed to remember the names.
Is it with the username of MP at the start of it?
Yeah, but hold on. I'll find it. We'll just stick with the race here. We're about to go back green, and I'll find his name. Today's been just chaotic. I am a hot mess today. I'm normally not quite this bad.
Or at least you're not sounding like Kermit the Frog. That's all I can say.
No,
to
that's
that.
true. So his name is Lemuel. I don't know if that's his first name or his last name. It's Lemuel Price, and he's a member of the league. I don't recall that name, so I'm sure he's not racing tonight. But because I'd remember that name for sure.
Well, the pace car has gone in, and we are good to go. 65 laps to go here in Richmond, and Lambert leads again with Brendan Carroll in second place, and it's Matt Morrison to the inside of Carroll coming out of that. A little brush of the wall there from the 85 as they come out, and in fourth place is John Fowler, who has had an untroubled evening so far, and we get another caution. Is it caution number 6? I believe. I'm almost losing count. I believe it's number 6.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and lose count because it's going to be a few.
We saw at the... Well, I will say that last week we saw the race extend by a few more laps. We had like a double caution at the end, which extended the number of laps on top of the scheduled ones. So that could well come into play this evening, and I think, yeah. And the only thing I would say is that I think a few of the drivers were worried about fuel when these laps were added to the scheduled race distance, even though they are following the pace car at a much reduced speed compared to what they would be under green flag conditions. What caused the latest caution then, Jim?
Well, I'm looking. Yeah,
for...
there's. What's weird is it doesn't really show the caution coming out. It just shows a bunch of incidents. So let's just see. Yeah, I mean, again, the fuel with the extended time, that'll all come down to when they pit that last time. Oh, yeah, he got a little loose there in the green Budweiser truck.
That was Michael Siegler who got tipped round. I didn't quite pick up on who it was that tipped him round.
Well,
we'll see.
Maybe Randy Coyer, maybe?
It was maybe Randy Coyer.
Croyer? Is it Croyer? Yeah, Croyer. Or Croyer might be the 52. Is Croyer the 52? Yeah, Croyer's the guy he slid up into.
And there was 2 cars parked up on the side as well, or one spun round and the other had nowhere to go. So
yeah,
a little bit of a pandemonium there.
Let's see.
Turn 4.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That's Rudy. Is that Rudy Haag that's got involved in that? It can't be Rudy
it
Haag,
was.
surely
Yeah,
not.
yeah, it was. Yeah, watch. He's down there on the bottom, and that guy comes down and clips him off. Look, that's a whole separate incident. Ain't got nothing to do with the other one. Well, that was a hot mess there, wasn't it? Let's take a look. One more look at that one again. I got to keep an eye on the. So that was the 84 came down and kind of. I thought Spotter probably told him he was clear, and he clearly was not, which is a good segue while we're about to go back to green real quick. But so. Ask me on the next caution about Digital Race Engineer, which happens to have the logo up there in the bottom of the screen, and I'll tell you why it's a better spotter than what everybody mostly uses, and we can talk about that.
Pace car enters the pit lane. We've reached half race distance, and we are good to go green, but for how long? We've had 6 cautions so far. Goodness knows how many more we're going to have by the end of tonight's action. It's Lambert, Carroll, Morrison, Fowler and Dillon in the top 5. Jacob Nagel's got through on Jeff Werderman for 6th place, up from 33rd on the grid, get to where he is at now. A tremendous job by Jacob Nagel. And keep getting involved in the live chat if you wish to do so. And don't forget to like and subscribe in case you haven't already done so.
Live now.
Well, we are under caution again for the 7th time in this race.
Yep, here's a name we've heard once tonight already. Charlie Stutzman.
Yep. That's the 56 being tipped round. Oh, and everyone just got caught up.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of these short tracks like that. Man, there's just nowhere to go. You know, and a lot of people's cars get wrecked when they had nothing to do with the incident itself, you know. Now, here's something interesting real quick. Let's take a look real quick. Christopher Chadwick entered pit road. So he was already having some sort of issue, or did he spin it down on the pit road? No, he pitted. Okay. Interesting. He may get a penalty for that. I'm not sure what the rules are here, but if you notice when he turns down on the pit road, here, watch this. We'll pause it real quick and we'll cover this.
He misses the line, doesn't he?
Yeah, see the commitment line right there? Yeah. I think that he missed that, and that could end up being a penalty for him as well. So we'll see if that's the case here or not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, so you're talking about, we were talking about spotters calling you clear like that and turning down on someone that you thought you were clear. So digital race engineer is everybody's heard of crew chief, and that's what probably 90% of the people that play iRacing use. Digital Race Engineer is a software package that I started using well over a year ago now, and it was in its earlier phases. Well, to keep it simple, they have a free version and they have a paid version. The free version does everything that Crew Chief does for free, and it's better in literally in every aspect. I'm not even making that up. Crew Chief, if you've ever used it, the spotter aspect of it is a joke. I mean, it'll tell you that you got cars around you when you're running a solo qualifying lap. It's that pathetic. And anybody that uses it knows what I'm talking about. Well, Digital Race Engineer is not like that at all. But also, there's so much more that you can do. You can control the entire settings on the car with your voice. We'll talk about it a little more as the night goes on, because I'm a firm believer in this software, and this guy believes in us, and he started giving out some prizes to our leagues, and he's a super guy, and his product is fantastic, and I pay for it myself. I don't get it for free. I've used it for well over a year, and I love it. So, but I'll keep touching on it during the cautions a little bit, because people need to hear about it.
We'll have a little discussion about rivalry as well, Jim, considering how different it is in the UK compared to the US. But Lambert is doing his utmost to keep his rivals behind on the restart. We're on lap 67 out of 120 at Richmond. We've had 7 cautions so far, and the drivers aim to keep it clean for around about a dozen laps, let's say, at least, if they can help it. But don't be at all surprised if we get another one within the next 2 or 3. And you can just see as they come out of turn 4, a little bit of twitching going on further back, and it's just a matter of time before someone properly loses it. But that has been a common feature this evening so far, and Josh Lambert so far has made no such error as he leads ahead of Brandon Cowell, the man who finished second behind him last week after being on pole. Matt Morrison in 3rd place, and it's John Fowler. Jacob Nagel in 5th position in the Jimmy Johnson style 48.
You remember me commenting before the race that he was such a big surprise to me that he was starting in 32nd. And I said that he must have not got a qualifying time in or something, because he was in 32nd, and that was my big point right before the race started. Now look where he's at. Up to 5th place. He's done
from 33rd to 5th,
yeah.
Jacob Nagel.
Yeah. Wow, right? I mean, that's a great run. Up 28 spots. Speaking of up, Chris Melton, real quick, sorry. Chris Melton, up 22 spots already tonight. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I just had to point that out.
Yeah, 34th to 12th so far for Chris Melton. And there we see Rick Modric to the inside of Jacob Nagel into turn 3, braking out a little bit later than the 48. But the advantage that the 48 is going to have is because he's going slower through there, he'll have a better chance of acceleration out of it, especially when he's on the outside banking of the course. But Modric has found a way through, and I think it's a matter of time before Jeff Verdeman gets through. Now, looking at Jacob Nagel's strategy so far as he gets out, and it looks like he's going into his a little bit.
That's Ridgeway, by the way. He's back. He's recovered from that penalty or whatever set him back earlier in the race. He's recovered. He's all the way back up to 7th already. He's flying.
Yeah, he's flying at the moment. I think Jacob Nagel's struggling on his tyres because the last pit stop he made was on lap 46, and he only took fuel, whereas others will have taken new tyres.
Well, I think what happened to him there was, and this is speculation, but my guess is he was on that high side, and Modric was going underneath him, right? And so he was trying to push it hard on the outside like that, and I think he got a little loose, and he lifted, and when he lifted, he kind of washed up the track a little more, and that's when that guy run up behind him and almost hit him. That's why this is really truly a one groove racetrack down at the bottom. It's hard to hold it up on the top side like that. That's why I was so shocked earlier in the race when Lambert did it, because you just don't do that here. You're not able to, unless your tires are super fresh, to drive around the outside of somebody like that. It's hard to do here. Lambert did it with such ease earlier. I tell you what, I'm getting sold on this Josh Lambert guy. I don't know him, right? We've only done, this is our 3rd race. But the 2 tracks he's won at are so completely different than this track, and he is absolutely dominating this race as well. Clearly this guy can drive, and he can drive anywhere you put him, on any track you put him on.
He's not lost the lead since the race had begun, Josh Lambert. That's how dominant he has been, and I think that's a rarity actually in this championship, to see someone dominate that much and not lose the lead at all.
Very rare at a short track when people are running different pit strategies, right? Because you had guys that pitted before him, and maybe they were going to stay out or something. Somebody's dropping down the field here.
It's David Castelli. David Castelli's dropped down a few positions, actually. I don't know what he's managed to do, but he's still keeping it points in the right direction, so no need of a caution for the time being. Juan Velez is swapping positions with Rudy Haag a couple of positions ahead of Castelli. Looking at the 56, that is Dalton Steele, the man who finished 3rd last week in Pocono. He's having a rather tough time with it this evening so far. It's highly unlikely he's going to end up on the podium this evening.
Yeah, this is such a completely different track than Pocono. Like I told you, I love Pocono, man. I run really good there. That's a really good track for me. Richmond is not. I would be back here with Rudy Haag and Dalton Steele. I'd be back here hanging out with these guys tonight for sure.
Lambert pulling out a margin over Cowell, who is keeping up at this. William Ridgeway is in 5th place right now behind John Fowler, as we look at the 87 of Robert Chappell.
Looks like a good battle here. That's why I came back here. It looked like there was 3 or 4 of them back here fighting pretty good. There's somebody else going around. That's Wiederman going around the outside there, looking strong, man.
Very strong indeed. Yeah, Jeff Erneman in 10th place now in that 81 Chevrolet, through on Robert Chappell, who's in a Ford. Brandon Hussinger has got by Jacob Nagel, albeit briefly. I think we are beginning to see Jacob Nagel's tyres really drop away here. He's got to hope for another caution within the next few laps, because there's no way he can carry on with the tyres that he is on. He's doing well actually to cope with the situation.
Oh, I think he burned his tyres off working his way up through the field so much, he probably burned them up, used them up, and now it's just time for him to get another set. He's that happens when you're pushing hard to get through the field, like he's came all the way up like he did. He probably just burned them up. So at this point he's trying to hang on, and he's riding that high line now, just trying to hang on. And because at this point his car won't stick on the bottom anymore. The tires are too far gone. If he tries to drive it on the bottom, it'll wash up on him, and it'll kill his right front tire. And that's what's happened to him now. His right front shot, and that's why he's going so slow, because he can't get the truck to turn anymore. It doesn't want to turn because his right front tire is sliding.
Yeah, he's all over the place, actually. His Nagel is missing his apexes as well. I mean, I suppose the blessing of it is you can get good acceleration out of there, but when you get strong acceleration...
Well, no, you can't. You can't get strong acceleration because your car, if you watch, his car's not hooking up anymore. It's just sliding up the track. That's why he's all the way up by the wall now. If you watch him here, he'll try to get on it, and as soon as he does, the car just pushes out to the wall. And so he has to lift. He can't even get any drive off the turn. That's why it's a brutal cycle when that happens to you. See how he's up by the wall like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it happens to me. I'm famous for using up my right front tire because I'm not a patient driver. And, man, it's brutal, too. There's nothing you can do about it, and you just keep going slower and slower, and you can't control the car. It's so horrible. And anybody that does some racing at tracks like this, I'm sure would understand. But yeah, it's so brutal, man. And you just watch the guys going by you, and to be honest, the way his truck's handling, from what I can see right now, he's doing a good job to hang on where he's hanging on at. Because these guys behind him, we know that Wiederman's truck is hooking up. We done seen that, and he's holding them off for now. He's just, like you said, praying for a caution at this point, and you can believe he'll pit.
I was going to say about the way he's able to pull away from the cars behind when he's taking that wider line through the turns, but that is sacrificing line. And that time now, he's taken the apex of the corners, but he's just not so quick right now. I mean, if you look at the gap he's dropping back from the others, I mean, it's almost a couple of seconds to Dave Peterson in the 35. But all of this is losing Nagel time, crucially. Now, for those who are new, I mean, a couple of seconds may not seem that much, but in a NASCAR race like this, it's a huge amount.
Oh, yeah.
It's a huge amount.
Oh, he's pitting. He's going to pit under green. He can't do it anymore. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him, and that's going to cost him. He'll go a lap down here for sure. But, in the next pit stop, when the pit stop cycle happens, he'll make it up, or if we get a caution, he can stay out now.
If I was Jacob Nagel, I'd maybe consider putting all 4 tyres on, but it looks like he's only gone for 2.
No, he took 4. He took both sides.
Now there we see Josh Lambert in the lead still, and he's got Brandon Cowell, who is not the next car behind him. The next car behind him, that black livery machine, or the black and yellow one, that's a back marker, and that's Chris Chadwick, who has gone down another lap. So Brandon Cowell's now got 2 back markers that he has to negotiate as he darts his way through on the pair of them, but that will have cost him time.
Yep, he's clear of them now, though.
Oh, Chadwick nearly clipped Matt Morrison. Sorry to interrupt, Gene, but Chris Chadwick nearly clipped Matt Morrison as he was going past at turn 3, and that so easy could have ended up in another caution, which would have been very bad news to Jacob Nagel, who's only just been in.
Well, not necessarily. He could just stay out because he's on fresh rubber and full tank of gas. He just stay out, everybody else pits, and then he'll get back on the lead lap. So it wouldn't have killed him there. It would have he'd have been at the back of the pack. What he hopes happens is that everybody has to pit under green, and he can make his way back around. But Brandon Cowell he pitted. Cowell pitted. So they're starting to pit under green now. So this is looking good for Nagel. If they're starting to pit under green, that's good for him. Of course, we've gone. We're at lap 93 now, right? Yeah.
We're on lap 96, I think we 96. Are. Oh, that's going to be a caution. There was a tap, and the caution is
Rudy Hag again.
That's really bad news, I think, for Brandon Cowell. I really do think that will be bad news for him because he'll have to go at reduced speed while the others pit in. That was Rudy Hager got tapped round.
Where was Cowell out of? He was out of the pits already?
Not 100% sure.
Let me go back.
I think he might still have been in pit road when the caution came out.
Well, again, he's going to be on fresh tires and fuel, so he can stay out when everybody else pits. But I mean, yeah,
that
it's
looked
not
clumsy, didn't it?
It did. But again, people's tires are wearing. Man, you got guys out there on some of them were out there on 50-lap tires at this point. You know, we're on lap 96. A lot of these guys pitted on lap 46. 50 laps on a set of tires at Richmond's a pretty good run. So your whole field is down pit road now and back out.
Josh Lambert is in the lead still. Well, I say that, he is in the lead, but he's in pit road now, as well as William Ridgway, John Fowler, Matt Morrison, Jeff Werneman, and all that are in.
Oh, that's
now, where is Brandon Cowell? He's running in 21st place on the timing stream, but we are waiting for that to update.
Oh, somebody must have took two. Somebody must have took two and jumped out there with Lambert. Was that Morrison?
No, that's Rudy Haag. It's down a lap.
All right. Well, he shouldn't have even been in the pits then. Oh, he was already in there because of that crash. He caused the flat caution. Never mind. Because if you're a lap down, you can't pit with the leaders. You have to pit the lap after the leaders, after the car's on the lead lap. Another strange NASCAR rule for you. All right, so see, the 85 stayed out. Like we talked about, Cowell, he stayed out. Jacob Nagel stayed out. See, and they're all in front of the leader, who is Lambert, right? There's Lambert. So everybody in front of Lambert, who is now on the lead lap because they're in front of the leader. Excuse me, I apologize for that. They will get a wave around, and they will come around to the back of the lead lap. So all those guys that had pitted, it's not ideal for them, obviously, but they're still on the lead lap because they'll all get waved around, and the pace car will pick up the leader of the race, which is Lambert.
They should be waving the cars that are ahead of Lambert on the road by, and they have been waved by, so Lambert will be behind the pace car. The lights are off already on the pace car. Yeah,
they got to hustle to get around. For some reason, the track map's is not working for some strange reason. I know why. I bet. Let me see. You go down here and tinker with it, and I'll figure it out.
Well, whilst you sort that out, we are gearing up for the restart. 8 cautions we have had. And we've got 20 more laps of racing. We're now on lap 101 at Richmond. It's Lambert who leads, and it's Fowler, Morrison, and Ridgway.
20
second,
laps
third, and
to
fourth
go.
Until Chris Mel gets collision between and Morrison. That is going to have huge implications on the race for absolutely sure, and it's caution number 9. But that's not the only collision, in fact.
Oh, it's not?
No, that's not the only one. The collision we saw was between Matt Morrison and John Fowler.
Oh.
In second and third.
Oh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and third place is involved. Oh, my gosh, there's Ridgway involved. Oh, crap, they're all involved. Was that Ridgway? No, that was not Ridgway. Never mind. I don't know who that was.
Think it might have been William. William Ridgway's in the red livery machine, isn't he?
Yeah, let me see.
I think he did get involved, Jim.
Was he because he was running in fourth position.
He was also involved in the collision because he was in 4th place
before
is in the back.
Hold on. This is the one.
The accident happened, and he dropped down.
Oh, yeah, that is him. That is him. Look at that.
Yep.
So you got second, third, 4th, 5th, 6th. You got the 2nd through 6th or 7th place there got involved in some minor way. Maybe they don't have major damage from it, but they certainly got a little bit of damage from it. And we got where are we at now? How many laps are we on?
Well, this is the end of lap 102.
Okay, so we got 17 to go right now. So we got 17 to go. That means we're going to come back with probably 14 to go. Man, I don't. If you got a little damage and your truck's driving okay, I don't think you can pit at this point to fix your damage. You'll be too far back because you'll drop all the way back to 22nd place. I mean, man, I am struggling with names tonight so bad. Did he go a lap down? Oh, he did. Ridgeway went a lap down.
Yeah, and so is John Fowler. He's gone a lap down. Matt Morrison's still on the lead lap, though. He's in 20th position.
Yeah.
And
let's go on board and see how
what running in second
place.
Like.
All right, let's see. I was about to say, his steering wheel's jacked up, but he was in the middle of a turn. Let's see.
Okay.
Nah, he looks all right.
It looks okay, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's okay.
Brendan Cowell, who was running in second place earlier on in the race for a lot of it, is now in 19th position.
Yep, there. Well, he was involved just like Nagel in front of him. They had pitted right before that caution. So they're trying to recover from that.
The lights are off on the pace car, which means we are good to go racing again.
Yep, and we're going to have 15 to go here.
Yeah, it's going to be 15 to go when they cross over the line. Josh Lambert. And it's Chris Melton in second place.
Yeah, it is.
And Zach Tucker in third, and they are good to go. Lambert, not as convincing of a restart as we've seen from him time and time again, but it is enough to keep him clear. And we've got a big gap between Tucker and Peterson, and then it's this gaggle of cars for fifth place.
Yeah, it's a gaggle. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost looked like it was going to be a repeat of what we saw on the previous incident that caused the last caution.
Well, if it's going to happen, this is a good place for it to happen because this is a bunch of cars here running all over each other. Speaking of, we ain't talked about Aaron Blackburn tonight at all. There's old Aaron Blackburn there in the Cub Cadet truck. He's had some unfortunate luck the past couple of weeks.
And so we are seeing the field head through turns 3 and 4. And then we're looking at the 35. That is ahead of Zach Tucker. That is Dave Peterson. Looking at when they last pitted, I can tell you that Peterson took all 4 tyres. I think Zach Tucker only took 2.
I believe
caution number 10.
Cotterman? No, that's not right. My bad. That's the old incident. Let's see. What happened here? Stutzman
Looks
again?
like Ridgeway again. And yeah. So this is the number 6 there. That's the 180. That's going for a spin. That is Charlie Stutzman. All on his own. No one else involved.
Yeah, it looks that way. But then, I don't know if this was caused by that or if this was something else. It looks like it's going to be caused by it because it's right there behind it. Oh. No, he lost it first. One. Yeah, he lost it. They basically spun at the same time. They were like synchronized spinning. Or that was a sympathy spin. All right, so we are down to nuts and bolts now. We are on lap 110. So by the time we come back, we're probably going to have 7, maybe 7 to go, something like that. Probably
this
7.
This is the 111th lap that they are on. So by the time next time they come round, there'll be 9 to go.
Yeah.
The pace car lights are still on, so I'd imagine we're going to be doing another lap.
Yeah, probably 7. I'm thinking. Oh, he went right through the pace car too. I think it'd be funny if they didn't tell anybody and they changed it to where you could actually hit the pace car and then people would wreck into the pace car and not know it was coming. Here's a quick funny story for you real quick. So I play another game called Le Mans Ultimate, which is, it's a sports car, another simulator type game. Well, in iRacing, you can drive through cars in the pits, And so I was playing Le Mans Ultimate when it first came out, and I went to take off in my pits to go to drive through the car in front of me. I wrecked and hit him. because you can't drive through cars in the pits. But anyway, that's just my funny story. Oh, real quick here, while we got a half a lap till the lights go out or so. So another feature with Digital Race Engineer is, like I said, everything. You can do everything voice activated. You can tell the car to adjust the brake bias, tell it to take 2 tires on the right side. You can tell it how much fuel to add, but its fuel calculator is way better than crew chiefs for the automatic fuel calculator. The software is phenomenal, and they've been a great supporter of the channel. Like I said, I pay for the software myself. I don't get it for free. There's a free link down in the bottom to go check it out. Try the free version. It doesn't cost you anything. Just go check it out. It's worth it. If you do oval racing, you're going to absolutely love it. No matter what kind of racing, road racing, it doesn't matter. It's way better than crew chief. Way better.
And saying hello to Mrs. Ali Racing.
Oh yeah.
Bismo. And Bismo saying, let's go John Fowler. Well, he was running towards the top end of the field. Not so now, unfortunately. He's down in 25th position and a lap down. So he might have to hope for another caution or something. But we've only got...
Here we go.
7 laps to go. Just 7 to go. And it looks like we're going to be going to the finish unless we get another caution. And it's Josh Lambert who leads. And it's Chris Melton, who's had a tremendous evening so far. Dave Peterson is tossing it out with Zach Tucker and Robert Chappell, who's looking to make his way through. But Chappell will need to watch out for Will Weaver, who is there as well.
Oh, the 9 trucks all over the place.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
oh, they're 4 wide.
Careful.
They were 4 wide behind them, too. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. We thought that last one was a gaggle. Holy cow. They're running 3 wide. They're 3 deep. Oh my goodness.
Typical NASCAR style in the closing stages here in Richmond. I think at this rate, with the way we are seeing 3 wide going through each and every turn, I think we're going to have another caution before the checker flag.
I have to agree. That's why I'm focused on these backpacks right now. This is a mess. They've kind of thinned out a little bit. They apparently enough of them had enough puckering up that they decided to take it easy for a second. I'm going to jump back up here to the front, although we don't really have much of a race up here. Josh Lambert's walking away with this thing right now.
Well, out of turn 2. Lambert leads Melton and Peterson, looking good for 3 wins out of 3. A hat-trick of wins at the beginning of the season for Josh Lambert. Meanwhile, we are seeing the 87 of Robert Chappell heading to the inside of Sat Tucker as we begin the 118th lap of this race. Through goes Robert Chappell, although Sat Tucker will have the high ground on the exit. He'll maintain his position. But now Chappell will have to switch his attentions to Joseph Phelps and David Castelli, who are looking to go one way or the other around the 87. Penultimate lap then, which means next time round will be the white flag to indicate the last lap for the leaders. And there we see Josh Lambert on his way to victory. Robert Chappell's got in front of Sat Tucker by the looks of it, heading on the inside as we begin the last lap.
These 2 are going at it, all 4 of them really. God,
absolutely so.
I need to give the leader his respect, but golly, how can you cut away from this?
Yeah, it looks good, this battle, but we have to go to the leader of Josh Lambert, who is on his way to win number 3 of the season. Josh Lambert makes it a hat-trick of wins this season. Win number 3 here in Richmond. He takes it ahead of Chris Melton, who completes a storming drive from 34th on the grid to 2nd place. Dave Peterson grabs his first podium of the season. Robert Chappell snatched 4th place from Sat Tucker, with David Castelli, Joseph Phelps, Aaron Blackburn, Juan Velez, and Rick Modric, your top 10.
Whew. All right. Well, that was fun. That was some good stuff there, man. Just enough green flag laps there to make it exciting. That was that was a lot of fun right there. Man, all right. I'm pumped up about that. That was a good finish.
Very nicely done.
I think everybody's probably
see
across.
Josh Lambert. He will be doing his usual donuts on the pit straight.
I know, that's what I need to go. Oh, there he is. He's already. Oh,
Well,
they're playing Crash Up Derby down there now. Oh, he pit. He had enough. Beating up his winning truck. He didn't like that. No. All right, let's get a look at these results here, man. That was some good stuff right there.
Josh Lambert, your winner for tonight, ahead of Chris Melton. Dave Peterson in third place. It's Robert Chappell and Sat Tucker in fourth and fifth. David Castelli in sixth. Joseph Phelps, Aaron Blackburn, Juan Velez, and Rick Modric running up the top 10. Then we've got Jeff Werdeman and Brendan Hossenchurch, Will Weaver in 13th, and it's John Gardner Sr. in 14th position. It's Brandon Cowell in a disappointing 15th tonight. Dalton Steele in 16th. Jacob Nagel in 17th position. He was running towards the top end. Didn't quite get it right with the strategy this evening. Michael Siegler, Casey Cotterman, and Matt Morrison running out the top 20. Next, we have Charlie Stutzman and Rudy Haag, who was the last driver on the lead lap. And then we've got Randy Corrier, John Fowler, Chris Randall, and it's Tim Johns, who ended up 3 laps down. John Walker was next, with Chris Chadwick, Ryan Walker, and then we lost the likes of John Gardner, Will Ridgway, Brandon Huff, Jeff Dillon, Andrew Tenney, Tom Ridgway, and Trent Richard.
So, real quick, I wonder if Rudy pronounces his name Hag or Haig. I bet it's Haig. Well, I'll check on that. Just curious, something that popped into my head as we were going through those. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? Who we got in here so far? You want to drag the winner in first, or do you want to? Yeah, well, that's all we got in there right now. So I guess we probably go ahead.
Let's speak to Robert Chappell, who's in the waiting room.
Oh, he did finish fourth, and he is the boss. So let's do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. We'll speak to Robert first, and we'll get a chat on his race. Rob, welcome in after that performance tonight at Richmond. How did it go from your perspective?
I was racing in the top 10 all night. I mean, we had some good racing up there. I think we only had one wreck, one caution from inside the top 10, so I stayed clean. I think I ended it with 0X, had a clean truck, almost a podium, but, I mean, I'll take a top 4 at Richmond.
0X at Richmond? Are you kidding me? That's as good as it gets.
I don't think I touched anyone. Even Zachary at the end, he came in 5th. I raced him to the line there, and he said, "Man, I appreciate you racing me clean," but I thought I was pinching him a little bit, trying to keep him off his line a little bit to get my momentum going. But
well, y'all had a fantastic battle back there. With it was you and Peterson and Tucker and Castelli. Was it Melton that was in there with you guys? No, not Melton. He was ahead of y'all. But yeah, y'all had a nice little 4-way battle going back there.
Yeah, I felt like we had some great battles inside the top 10 there. I don't know about these other guys that were running behind, but I felt pretty good. I put in about 300 laps of practice here just to kind of get the flow of things. And I was just aiming for a top 10, so pulled a top 5, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that was a good run you had, for sure. So, overall, do you listen to the broadcast or anything while you're racing, or no? That's
not while I race, because it's just another distraction. But a couple of the guys were saying some stuff about it, but I'll go back and watch it and comment and like everything at the end. Yeah, no, I just was curious.
We had a few cautions there, but it was Richmond. We honestly probably didn't have as many as I thought we were going to have.
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
We had a couple of nice green flag runs in there, and I thought it was some good solid racing at Richmond, especially for a 34 or 36 car field to start the race. It's hard to, it's hard to put 36 cars on the track at Richmond and not have some wrecks.
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I got a little frustrated over the drivers' comms here when we had those back-to-back cautions within the first 5 laps, and I just thought it was going downhill from there. But after that, we had a 25 lap green run.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
After that. Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
I mean, you had a spot there where guys were pitting, which it caught a couple of guys out that had really had some good nights, and I'm gonna go ahead and call them out for their nights that they had. Was you had William Ridgway had an unfortunate night. He was running up front, and then he got messed up there. But the ones I was talking about was God, my memory's so bad.
You talk Jacob Nagali.
Jacob Nagel. Is that how you say it? Nagali? I say it Nagel.
I think it might be Nagel.
From Louisiana. I'm originally from Louisiana, and I used to play tennis with a guy that had that same name, and he went by Nagel. But and Brandon Cowell, they had worked their way up and were running up front and having a good night, and they just pitted right before that caution, and it bit them out. But Nagel started in like 33rd place.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
worked
even
his
sure
way.
if he qualified.
No, I don't think he did, and I don't think he did because he would have been faster than that. He worked his way all the way up to the top 5 at one point, and his tires gave out on him because he had driven through the field. And you could see it. His front right was gone. He was just pushing up the track, and it was a hot mess. Right. But had that caution came out and not caught him out like that, I think he'd had a good run. I just wanted to give a shout out to him because that was an impressive run.
He's definitely a great driver on these short tracks. He's always one to contend with.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's real quick before we jump out of here. Only one of them we got waiting in the room is Josh right now. Yeah. Josh Lambert's a for real driver.
Man,
far
we've props. I watch him on TikTok. He's got 3 wins in a row in the Truck Series. There's nobody that can catch him right now.
I mean, and it's all different kind of tracks. I mean, you got Michigan, Pocono, and Richmond. You couldn't get 3 more different tracks than those 3.
Right.
And
he's a driver.
I mean, he led every single lap of this race tonight.
That's the place to be at Richmond.
Yeah, but that's hard to do on a short track. People get off pit cycle and people stay out. That is tough to do, so props to him. But anyway, it was good to talk to you after the race, and we'll get that Wounded Warrior thing up there. I did talk about it, that the donations were for the Wounded Warrior project. Is that right? For the tournament?
No, it was not for the tournament.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
That we're just trying to get the word out there.
Okay.
Dave was a good contributor to the league, so.
Well,
I'm a huge. That his cause was.
Well, I'm a huge Wounded Warrior supporter. Have been for years. Big fan. I used to buy all their merchandise. My son wears a bunch of Wounded Warrior stuff, and we are. Nice. I mean, you can't get a better cause than that, man. I mean, so
right.
And it does a lot of good. So that's awesome. But anyway, so I'll get that logo out there in the future. But I did talk about it at least tonight. And
nice. Well, we appreciate that.
You got anybody you want to shout out to since we got you in here tonight?
I just want to shout out everyone that's sticking around. I know these last couple of races have been a little rough with cautions and stuff, but it'll work itself out. We'll all get together, and this will be a great league. We keep it up. 30-plus cars each race. I give props to all the guys that have been out there with us.
Well, it takes a little time to learn to race with 30-something guys. It really does. It's a different animal. I call another NASCAR series, and they were getting 32, 34, and they were having a lot of cautions. This week it was an oddball track that not a lot of people owned, and they only got like 27, and they ran. They only had like 2 cautions all night long. Just because
that would be so easy. That'd be nice.
Well, just it's hard, man. You put 36 cars on a track like Richmond, there's going to be wrecks. There's still a way to avoid it. Yep.
So it is.
All right, man. Well, it was good talking to you, and we'll see you next week.
All righty. Appreciate you guys.
All right, man.
That was Robert Chappell, who finished in 4th position.
Let's go get the leader now.
Yeah, we'll speak to Josh Lambert, who has won tonight's event, making it a hat-trick of wins in the series so far this season in the Racing Paradise Truck Series Championship. Is it really that easy to do, Josh Lambert? You led every single lap of the race from pole to flag.
Well, good morning, Tom. No, it's not that easy, man. I got lucky.
Hey, see, he knew. He said good morning. He knows what time it is over there where you're at. Look at him.
Yeah, I remember 3 o'clock.
Good on him. Good on him.
It is 3 o'clock in the morning over there. Hey, man, you're killing me with this. Okay, Michigan, Pocono, I could see that. Then you show up at Richmond and lead every lap. Man alive. You going to leave anything for these other guys or what?
I mean, I think that the 85 truck had something for me, and then there was a new guy that showed up this week, William. He seemed like he was pretty fast, so I think he definitely had a truck for me. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he was there with me the whole time.
He was Ridgeway, the guy running at Winston truck.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. He did have something, I believe. I'll tell you who else might have too, and I done shouted him out already, but is Nagel. Nagel was fast tonight, and he worked his way up from 33rd all the way to 5th, and his tires gave out, and he pitted a lap or two early because of that, and he got caught out by that caution flag, But
it was definitely an advantage being out front, the whole night.
Sure, yeah. You really didn't have anybody really push you too hard tonight, except for that Ridgeway guy in the Winston truck. And I tell you really impressed me there because you were able to drive it back around him on the outside, which is not easy to do at Richmond. You know that. Especially when the tires are pretty fresh, that bottom's fast. And you managed to stay on the outside of him and get that position back. That was tough. So congratulations there too.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think the outside was a little bit better, and these trucks are a little loose coming off the corner, so you kind of lose some drive. So I kind of gave him the bottom. I seen he was there, and I was just going to give him the bottom, and I'll take the top. So
so
you're out. The racing was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
A lot of cautions. We had a few, back to back, but we had some good long green flag runs. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's Richmond, man. Like I told Robert, you put 36 cars on Richmond, you're going to have some wrecks. There ain't no way to avoid that.
Track racing, man.
So, well, congratulations again, man. You got anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Robert, FTR, putting on this show, man. I think he's been doing a pretty good job with it. And we got a lot of guys in here, and 30-something drivers showed up tonight, so big shout out to him for putting this thing on, man.
I tell you, get 36 drivers out for Richmond. I know it's a popular track, but it's also a tough track, and a lot of guys run from this track,
Exactly.
But congratulations again, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again in the future pretty soon.
I appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right, buddy.
Thank you very much, Josh. Well, Jim, it's been that sort of evening, hasn't it? 10 cautions in total. I know I like my numbers when it comes to these things, but it's one of those that just stick with me.
That's all right.
But we've had Michigan, we've had Pocono, we've had tonight at Richmond, the next round of the series, just getting the calendar up just to help with my memory.
Kansas?
It is over in Kansas, yeah. So
that's going to be a different. That's a different style racetrack. That's your what they call your standard mile and a half type racetrack. It's a track similar to Michigan in the sense that when the tires wear, you can kind of race all over the place. So you can be high, you can be low. So it's going to be good for that. And then of course the next one after that is Daytona, which is that's Daytona. I mean, it's its own animal for sure. Completely different style of racing, drafting, packs, pushing each other, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that was a really good race as well, and I'm really looking forward to Kansas in a week's time. We'll find out soon enough who's also qualified in the top 16 in the in-season tournament as well, which will also take stage there. We'll inform you on the head-to-heads in that when we go on there.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Jim, thank you. Yeah, that's going to be very fun indeed. Jim, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you to all those that's tuned into the action. Do make sure you like and subscribe so you can keep right up to date with all the action that is being shown on the MotorMouth Broadcasting YouTube channel, and then you can keep notified on when it is being held up. We'll do it all again in 7 days' time in Kansas City. I'm Tom Cairns, he's Jim Cunningham, and we'll speak to you again soon when the Racing Paradise Truck Series Championship returns.